Lord forgive me for this trap shit. Sergeant Smack make it backflip. Tell he Hank with the action. With the Vato speaking Spanish. Frank Matthews how I vanish. Came back like I'm King Tut. Gold BBS's on a beamer. When Fat Cat was 10 queens up. Ball off the profit, not the re-up. Blah blah like Puerto Rican Jesus. Uptown like I'm Baby May, just caught a touchdown.
Make no love in my body, Marlo mic up in the backseat. District Attorney Hiller Moore says it's quite possible Lil Boosie is connected to a string of murders. Police recently arrested 9 men for the deaths of 6 others. Police say Boosie is part of this web. One other name stands out. 17-year-old Michael Loudon is the only one charged with each murder.
Prosecutors are keeping a close eye on a key witness in a high-profile murder case in Baton Rouge. They say he's faced intimidation from people possibly tied to rapper Lil Boosie. Let's get you up to speed. Lil Boosie, whose real name is Torrance Hatch, is accused of hiring Michael Loudon to kill Terry Boyd. Investigators say Loudon is tied to 6 murders. Loudon will likely testify against Boosie during his trial in April. News 2's Chris Nakamoto gets answers on why there's concern about possible intimidation of the star witness.
Prosecutors believe the intimidation tactics are being used to prevent or water down testimony from Michael Loudon. They say it's tough to get the truth when witnesses are pressured. Within the past year, inside the East Baton Rouge Parish Prison, the district attorney's office intercepted letters, phone calls, and people who have approached Michael Loudon in jail. Prosecutors say those people are tied to Lil Boosie and are trying to contact Michael Loudon to chill his testimony. In court Tuesday, defense attorneys for Lil Boosie tried to get Loudon to testify. They claim he recanted his statements, which incriminated Lil Boosie in the murder-for-hire case.
Let him take the stand. Let him say what the truth is. The DA's office jumps up. They don't want any part of it. They don't want to allow him to make a record explaining that he lied.
He's going to testify at trial. He's going to be called at trial. That's the appropriate time for him to testify. They will have a full opportunity to cross-examine him at that time.
Prosecutors say the typical precautions they would take to protect a witness are proving to be quite difficult because the case's star witness is already in jail. Normally, a witness would be put in a hotel or monitored closely to make sure contact is limited by people who might try to silence them. Despite what prosecutors say, defense lawyers for Lil Boosie claim none of his supporters or family members have ever tried to intimidate Loudon. Defense lawyers we spoke to say there has been absolutely no contact between Lil Boosie and Michael Loudon since their arrests. Chris Nakamoto, WBRZ, Balance News.
All right, Chris, keep us up to date on that.
Also, in the Lil Boosie saga, accused triggerman Marlo Mike Loudon took the witness stand today. Both sides spent the day grilling Loudon about a series of police interrogations recorded in the days following the 2009 shooting of Terry Boyd. WAP's Tiana Williams has tonight's continuing coverage.
Well, Donna, they did show the interrogation tape during court today. In fact, there are 2 tapes. One was where Michael Loudon says that there are 3 people that went to Terry Boyd's house and did the shooting. In the second tape, he then implicates himself, saying that he, in fact, shot Terry Boyd. But then, during questioning repeatedly over and over from prosecutors, he then changed his story and said he did not kill Terry Boyd, and he says Mr. Hatch, Torrance Hatch, did not pay him to do so. In fact, what he told the courtroom during some of those tapes, he says he was told that by the DA and police that they wanted Torrance Hatch in this case, and he says this is what they told him. He says told him that Torrance Hatch was the man he wanted. He feared that Torrance would come after him for his own death as well.
And he clearly said, I had him in there for nearly 11 hours. And Ms. Cummings said, no, it was just 10. Still a long time for somebody to be sitting there not being able to use the restroom. And then he says, let's get it straight. Let's get it straight. You've come a long way, dog. So clearly there was some coercion. Add to that the fact that he tells him that witnesses put you there. Nobody's going to believe you. And he said in court today that he lied about all that. He is lying to coerce this 16, 17-year-old kid into confessing a 6 homicide.
Now that's there from defense attorney Jason Williams in the facts that came out during the day's testimony that prior to us seeing that tape today where Louding did confess to the killings. There are 8 hours of interrogation where the record button was not pressed. There simply is no record of what happened in that 8 hours, so Mr. Williams, they're responding to that. We're also told that there was no physical evidence that placed him there, but that Louding was told that by the detective who was questioning him. So a lot of questions going back and forth, and Louding simply says he didn't do it, that being the state's star witness. So we'll see what happens in the case from here.
All right, thank you, Tiana Williams.
Good afternoon, I'm Cheryl Mercedes.
I'm Greg Merriweather. Thank you very much for being here, folks. Life in prison without the possibility of parole. That's the sentence given to the man convicted of the murder for hire of Terry Boyd.
Michael Louding had a smirk on his face as Judge Trudy White ruled from the bench. In April, an East Baton Rouge Parish jury unanimously found the man known on the streets as Marlo Mike guilty of first-degree murder. Louding confessed to detectives rapper Lil Boosie paid him to murder Boyd in October of 2009. This morning, his attorney, Margaret Lagatuda, called several witnesses to the stand, including Boyd's mother, sister, and aunt. They talked about the boy's childhood and how they lived in poverty. Boyd's mother even got emotional when stating she couldn't give her son what he wanted. That was no match for a letter Louding reportedly wrote to rapper Lil Boosie in April from jail, which stated he hasn't changed and he would do it all again.
The family members needed to say, okay, it's done. You know, it's over with, and I think they were relieved.
We just probably need another month or so to get everything together, to have the doctors prepared, evaluated, see all the records.
Lagatuda has 90 days to file for appeal. She plans to do it. Louding is implicated also in several other murders.
There was graphic testimony today in the Marlo Mike Louding trial.
He is the man accused of killing Terry Boyd back in October of 2009. Louding was 16 at the time. WAFB's Jim Shannon has the latest from District Court.
A grueling 4.5-hour video confession tape from Marlo Mike was played to the jury today. In that piece of video lies the lion's share of the state's case. The video of Marlo Mike showed a young man tired of answering question after question regarding his role in the death of Terry Boyd. Finally, though, he confessed to the murder. Detective Elvin Howard: how many times did you shoot him? Marlo Mike: about 3 or 4. Howard: who gave you money? Marlo Mike: Boosie. Howard: how much? Marlo Mike: $2,800. At times, you could see Marlo Mike lay his head on the interrogation table. Mike talked about his relationship with Baton Rouge rapper Lil Boosie. Boosie said, if you get them, I got money for you. Y'all catch that N-word, kill him. Stamp that N-word. Defense attorney Margaret Lagatuda's cross-examined of Detective Elvin Howard. Lagatuda: did you guys exercise a search warrant on Little Boosie's house? Howard: yes, we did. Lagatuda: did you find any guns? Howard: no guns were recovered. Lagatuda: what about his cars? Howard: yes. Lagatuda: did you recover any guns? Howard: no guns were recovered. Louding did describe on the tape in detail how he ran up to the house Terry Boyd was laying in, put a gun to the window, and shot through. He also admitted he wasn't even sure if that was Terry Louding sitting on the couch. At District Court, Jim Shannon, WAFB 9 News.
The videotapes were over a 4-day period, according to police. When asked if Louding expressed any remorse, the detective said he...
Yo, we back. It's your boy Popalot. Mobb ties. We on our way to Louisiana with it. Baton Rouge, to be exact. All my niggas from Louisiana, all my niggas from Baton Rouge, y'all niggas get in the comment box. Y'all know how I fuck with y'all. Now, we gonna be covering somebody that I got so many requests ever since I've been doing Mobb ties to cover. We partially covered him when we did like a little doc on a rapper that a lot of people are listening to or familiar with by the name of Lil Boosie. Now, the guy that I'm going to be talking about, or that we're going to be covering today, is going to be a guy by the name of Michael Louding. But a lot of people, or pretty much everybody, know him as Marlo Mike. And now, just to paint the picture or set the backdrop, Marlo Mike was convicted of murder, I want to say back in, if I'm not mistaken, it was 2013. It was said that he committed numerous murders from
2009, numerous. He was charged and 5 other murders from 2009 to 2010. Now, a little bit about the backdrop of how the cases with him and Lil Boosie's connected. According to court documents, Lil Boosie allegedly paid Marlo Mike to have a guy by the name of Terry Boyd murdered. Terry Boyd is the brother of Lil Boosie's baby mother. And they said that came into play because Boosie or one of his associates got a letter from the pen from actually another rapper that a lot of people are well familiar with, a guy by the name of Kevin Gates. If you listen to some of Kevin Gates' early music, he refers to a guy by the name of Lee Lucas. Now, it's alleged that Lee Lucas wrote a letter home to Boosie, or some people in his camps let him know that Terry Boyd wanted to do some kind of harm to him. So with that information, authorities allege that Boosie hired Marlo Mike to do something to Terry Boyd. And in 2009, if I'm not mistaken, Terry Boyd was shot through a window of a house. Police had a videotape confession where Marlo Mike allegedly confessed to committing the murder on behest of Lil Boosie for $2,800. Now we're gonna go out and say everybody know Lil Boosie was found not guilty on those charges. So who knows the truth or the relevance of that information that he mentioned, but yeah, and that's pretty much the backdrop of him. A lot of people remember Boosie's lyrics to one of his songs, "Ain't no love in my body." Marlo Mike up in the backseat begging for a body, and shit, we had a bunch of people in the comments just saying that's pretty much how he get down. But if anything, know anything about Baton Rouge, that shit, just from me on the outside looking in, that's another one of them cities that I would consider war torn, and shit go down around there. A lot of times it's gonna be probably people right around the same age as Marlo Mike committing a lot of them crimes. So anybody from Baton Rouge, y'all get in the comment box, man. Let us know what are some of the worst neighborhoods. That's pretty much what we gonna do, man. Put in the comment box to let niggas know, man, you turn down this street or you in this neighborhood, you in the wrong place, you don't know nobody, you need to go. And plus, I want to see how many people that we got tuned in from New Orleans. Yeah, and that's pretty much the rundown on Marlo Mike. If y'all want any more information on him, y'all can go watch the Rap Sheet episode with Boosie on the channel. I had to bring this to the people. A lot of people have been asking for it. Y'all get in the comment box. Let me know who else we need to cover. It's your boy Popalot, Mobb, Ties.